Hi, and welcome to the 2025 BCM Residents and Clinical Fellows Benefits Orientation. My name is Celeste Richardson, and I am the Benefits Supervisor here at the college. I'm joined here with Jesse Gavin. He is our Wellness Officer, and he'll be going over our BCM well-being information, and I'll be going over the benefits information. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Jesse now so that we can get started.
Thank you, Celeste. Let me change the slide here. So, as Celeste mentioned, my name is Jesse Gavin. I'm going to go over the well-being benefits here at Baylor College of Medicine. So, welcome. We are glad you're here at our institution. And so, we know that our faculty, our staff, our learners have a lot of demands on their plate. And so, what we do here at the college is offer a lot of resources, initiatives to help with your overall well-being. So I like to tell people all the time that our job is to take care of you so you can do what you do best, which is take care of others. And so just to kind of give you an overview, BC Wellbeing is our umbrella entity under human resources. And a part of BCM Wellbeing, we have a lot of different sub resources. And so we'll go over some of those initiatives now. Primarily the Be Well program, which is our employee wellness initiative. So we operate, you probably heard, if you've read about wellness, you've heard about dimensions of well-being. And so we have an internally branded foundation here called the Branches of Wellbeing. And so, basically we kind of tap into the roots, which are our core values, kind of helping people grow and thrive, and the leads being our resources and initiatives. So we won't go through all of these. Everybody should have a copy of this, but you can see our branches: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy environment, healthy finances, and healthy community. So all of these, research shows that if you do preventative practices that are engraved in all of these, then you are a more vibrant employee. You can do more in your learning. In academic medical institutions, people do better with their patients, and just all kind of positive outcomes and successes. And so the main one being, which we'll talk about in just a second, is our wellness portal, managed through Asset Health, which we'll talk about. We also offer a lot with Weight Watchers, Hello Heart, which is a partnership with benefits if you high blood pressure and those types of things. Healthy Mind, we know burnout in the medical community is very prevalent nowadays, and so you can see a lot of those resource initiatives. Healthy Environment, recycling and do its commute to work benefits, if you take the Metro Rail and those types of things. Partnership with retirement, with the healthy finances, and then the healthy community. A lot of different partnerships for giving back, not only for the community, but also peer-to-peer relationships with each other. So speaking of those peer-to-peer relationships, one of the things that we also manage under the umbrella of BCM Wellbeing is our Employee Recognition and Appreciation Program. And so for recognition, we have a program called High Five. Employees can send e-cards to each other for all kinds of different life events, birthdays, anniversaries. But also this tool is great for just saying thank you. There's a Outlook plugin, there's an app that you can use. So in real time, if an employee wants to say thank you to someone else, then they can do that through the High Five program. We also manage the Years of Service initiative, and so if you see some things come out about that, that it also falls under our realm. So to get to the BCM Be Well program, which again is the Employee Wellness Initiative, from the internet page, you can go under Services and Resources, Campus Services, and BCM Be Well program is the second one. On our internet page, you're going to find a lot of information that has to do with Baylor College of Medicine specifically, but we also have a lot of information in our Asset Health portal. So if you hear about a wellness portal, Asset Health, that is through our, not on the internet page, that can be found in the platform. We also manage our Mother's Aid station, so lactation rooms found in a lot of different buildings. If you need access to one of these that you do not have access to already, please reach out to us. We also have an on-site facility, our on-site BCM Wellbeing Center, that's located at 1 Baylor Plaza on the 8th floor of Garage 6. So Garage 6 is the garage that's attached to the back of 1 Baylor Plaza, and this facility is on the very top. So on the 8th floor, you can just take the elevator up. Extended hours. Right now, these hours are a little bit limited to what's on this slide. It's open till 7 p.m. We are not currently open on the weekends, but we are hoping to expand back out when we can. But full showers, cardio equipment, full basketball court. So definitely check it out whenever you can. I mentioned Asset Health Portal. This is basically how you're going to go in there and log in for the first time. So you're going to use your Success Factors ID, not your badge ID, but there's actually a different employee ID that you can find in Success Factors, and your date of birth. Anybody that's benefit eligible has access to these resources. And so as a benefit eligible employee, these are core benefits that you have access to. Spouses and domestic partners, they do have to be on the medical plan to take part in the wellness initiative. And there's a lot of reasons why it's great to do so. We've had a lot of success, people that have done great things for their own health. We have had a lot of organizational success with this program as well, a pretty good return on investment for our well-being initiative. But also for you as a user of the program, aside from health benefits, there's also multiple incentives that you can earn. So you can earn gift cards, and also eligible individuals that's on the medical plan, which Celeste will talk about in just a second, can earn a premium reduction. But if you're on an individual plan or not on the plan and you qualify for the premium reduction, then you actually get a gift card substitute. So multiple reasons why participation in the wellness program can benefit you, not only you, but the patients you serve. So this is what the Asset Health Portal looks like, the front page. Again, whenever you log in there for the first time, you can click this little button right here if you don't remember what you have to enter, but you'll just enter your Success Factors ID, birthday, and then your birthday only as the password, and you'll be able to change your username and password once you get past this screen. Picture of the front page of the platform, a lot of different resources, again, highlighted in our branches of well-being, but there's just a lot of ways that you can earn points, a lot of videos that you can watch to increase your education. You can connect the device to the system to earn points. We offer free biometric screenings. There's a message board so you can connect with different people within Baylor, challenges that are run through this system. And so a lot of different, again, resources and initiatives available to you. I mentioned this incentive strategy. So for every 1,000 points that you earn within the portal, you can earn a $10 gift card through your choice of an online gift card system called Tango, or we have an internal Baylor team shop. So if you want Baylor swag and merchandise, you can actually get a gift card for that as well through the wellness program. So I just mentioned that we offer a premium reduction. So if you are scientifically doing things that are shown to lower your risk for certain chronic conditions, you are going to pay less for your insurance premiums. And for certain individuals that are on the individual plan and the college pays for their premiums, then you get a gift card substitute. So again, there are multiple reasons why participation is not only better for you health-wise, but also financially. You can see that you can save, earn a lot of money from the wellness program. I mentioned this, but just as kind of a reminder about your Success Factors ID. People have a different badge ID, which is a login ID, you followed by 6 digits. But also employees have a separate employee ID, and you can find that in Success Factors. One of the challenges that we've run it for a long time. It's a multi-year challenge where we're virtually walking around the world. We're in year 4, called Get Away to Good Health. So once you log into the portal, you can start tracking your steps and tracking your progress around the world. Really fun challenge that we've had a lot of success. People increasing their exercise throughout the year, which increasing physical activity and cardiovascular activity, strength has been shown more times over to be beneficial for health in a lot of different ways. So a couple of last things here. Remember that everything that we do within the Wellness Portal is private and confidential. This program is for you. It's to help increase your health. Us as Baylor employees, we do not have access to your individual information. And so we do have to kind of sometimes refer you to Asset Health so they can help solve any issues that you might have with the platform. All rewards, gift cards are subject to taxable income. Uncle Sam sees any wellness program that if they give you certain things like gift cards, as additional payment of income. So you have to pay income, not sales tax, but income tax. Um, Also, if there's any criteria that we set, so if we have a challenge or something like that, and we say, okay, this is eligible for points, and you say, well, I can't do that because of any medical condition, let us know, because there's reasonable alternatives that we have that we can put in place, so you still have the same opportunity to earn the incentives as everybody else. Just a couple of reminders before I turn it over to Celeste. Once you are able to enroll in benefits that week, we will get you registered in the system, or we will get you put into the census file as eligible for the system, and you can get registered. Once you sign up your spouse or domestic partner, they can get registered for the platform as well, and then you can review all the resources and things available on the intranet page. Again, if you have information, if you have questions after today, after you watch this video, please reach out, wellness@bcm.edu, with any questions you have. Again, this program is here for you to help you as you need it. And so we don't know unless we know, right? So reach out. Again, we're happy you're here, and we are here to build our healthiest and happiest Baylor community, Baylor College of Medicine. So I will turn it over to Celeste to go through your benefits and other information.
Thank you, Jesse. Okay, so I'm going to go over the rest of the presentation. So the rest of the presentation is going to cover your retirement as well as your benefits. So let's get started with your retirement. So everyone should have been given or have gone through the packet that was presented to you by the GME team. So the first thing that we're going to go over is the 403B. The 403B is available to all of our residents and our clinical fellows or our clinical postdocs. This is a tax-deferred plan, so your initial contributions are going to be set up as a pre-tax contribution. We do have an opportunity to change that contribution to a Roth contribution, which is after tax contributions, and we'll discuss that a little later. You own your contributions that are put into this account, so you're 100% vested as of day one. So that means there is no vesting period. As of day one, you're 100% vested, and you can take those dollars with you if you were to leave the college. The maximum contribution for 2025, if you're under 50, is $23,500, and then if you're over 50, it's $31,000, and this does include a catch-up contribution. You are allowed to take loans on this particular account. 50% of your account balance with a minimum of $1,000 or a maximum of $50,000 for that loan amount. As a resident or a fellow or postdoc, you are going to be automatically enrolled at 3% of your base annual salary, and those deductions will begin after your 45th day of employment. So until you've been with the college for 45 days, you will not see a deduction taken out of your earnings for your retirement. However, once you get to 45 days and you see that check associated with the hours for that 45th day, that's when you'll start to see those deductions taken out, and it's at 3% only. You can waive your enrollment or opt out of your automatic enrollment by contacting Fidelity before the 45 days has commenced, or if you do it after, you have a total of 90 days from your date of hire to contact Fidelity and let them know that you would like to opt out of the automatic enrollment. This will prevent the 3% from being taken out of your account, but if it is taken out of your account and you did file a opt out within those 90 days, you will receive a refund, and you'll be able to take those dollars and not be taxed on them. However, if you do wait past the 90 days, they can stop the contributions. However, you will not receive a refund, and you have to wait until you leave the college in order to take a distribution. And if you do take an early distribution, there are tax penalties associated with it. Contributions for the 403B are going to be placed into an age-appropriate State Street Target Retirement Fund. And so basically, this particular fund identifies whether you should be conservative, moderate, or aggressive, depending on your stage of retirement. So if you're going to be retiring within the next couple of years, you're going to be a little less aggressive, you're going to be more conservative, and so on and so forth. So those details are provided to you inside the packet as well. You may change your contributions anytime throughout the year. You can also change your investment options anytime throughout the year. There are a set of options that are available to you that were selected by the college, and you can use those to move your investment options around. As I mentioned, you are able to utilize the Roth contribution option. With the Roth contribution option, this means that your contribution will be deducted after your income taxes are applied to your earnings. And that means that these contributions are considered qualified if they are in the Roth account for 5 years. So they must remain in the account for 5 years before you take a distribution, and then you have to take a distribution at 59 and a half. It is a combined maximum for pre-tax and Roth contributions. So if you decide that you're going to split your contribution down the middle and do a pre-tax and a Roth, just keep in mind you cannot go over the 23,500 or the 31,000 if you are over 50. There is an easy enrollment option that's available for everyone. You can utilize the information that is on the screen. So you can use the QR code, the URL address, or you can use the text to text option at the bottom of the screen in order to set up the 6, 8, or 10% options. If you set these options up, there is a 1% annual increase that will occur on your anniversary. So do keep that in mind. But as I mentioned, you are able to make changes to your contributions at any time during the year. So if you do sign up for this Easy Enroll, you can make changes to it later on if you want to. Your beneficiaries for your 403B are going to be managed with our vendors. So for retirement, our vendors are Fidelity or TIAA. As I mentioned before, Fidelity is our primary provider. So everything is going to go through them initially. If you decide that you're going to move your dollars over to TIAA, you'll want to make sure that Fidelity is aware of that, and then you'll start to send all of your contributions over to TIAA. But please make sure that you update your beneficiaries with the appropriate vendors, so that in the event that something does happen, we are aware of who those dollars will go to, and we are not having to send them over for probate. We do have a financial coaching system available for you. It's called ACO Financial Coaching. It is available to everyone effective as of their date of hire. You can use this to do any tax planning, investment education, and mainly for retirement planning, but you can also use it for debt management as well. If you connect with an ACO coach, you are eligible to earn those 250 BCM Be Well points, and that will help you meet the goal for you to get a premium reduction or get a gift card or whatever it is that you're wanting to achieve within the wellness portal, so that you can get those extra points. So you want to make sure that you connect with a coach, and then that information will be uploaded to the wellness platform. We do have Bank of America rewards options for those who do set up a direct deposit option for Bank of America. So as you come in and you set up your direct deposit, if you are currently a Bank of America account holder, you will be automatically enrolled in this program within 30 to 60 days after setting up your direct deposit, and you'll start to get gold tier benefits based off of their rewards program. If you do not have a current account with Bank of America and you decide to open a new one, that is perfectly fine. You'll just need to set up the direct deposit from Baylor to that Bank of America account, and then you'll start to receive those rewards as well within 30 to 60 days. If you have any questions about any of the retirement benefits or any of the perks that I've mentioned for retirement, you can always reach out to the retirement team and they can give you more information about these items. Okay, so now we're going to move over to the health insurance. So let's get into what benefits go into effect and when. Okay, so you do have a few benefits that will go into effect on your start date. So your core benefits or your basic benefits will go into effect as of your hire date. So that's going to be your basic life, your AD&D, short-term disability, long-term disability. You do have business travel, wellness, and work-life benefits. And then you will also sign you up for medical and dental individual only coverage effective as of your date of hire. You have 31 days from your date of hire to elect other benefits. And those other benefits that you can elect are going to be medical and dental for any dependents, children. You can elect vision. You can also elect the healthcare flexible spending account or the dependent care flexible spending account. You can also increase or add to your life insurance and your accidental death and dismemberment or AD&D policy. And then you can elect dependent life insurance for your spouse, domestic partner, or child. The different benefits that are available to you can be extended to your dependents, and those dependents that can be added to your policy are going to be a spouse, any children, whether they're biological, step, foster, or you have legal guardianship over them, or you can add a domestic partner. So if you do add a domestic partner, we do ask that you complete the domestic partner affidavit form. If you need one, let us know. But one thing to mention is that the premium related to your domestic partner is going to be deducted on an after-tax basis. So we just talked about post-tax with the retirement, so same concept. The premium for your domestic partner will be deducted from your earnings after income taxes have been applied to them, and then you'll see two separate lines on your actual earning statement, and one will be post-tax for the domestic partner, and then the other will be pre-tax, and that will be associated for your coverage. Okay. We're going to go over some benefits inside of this cost and coverage guide. So the cost and coverage guide was presented to you as well. So we're just going to go through a lot of the information that was presented to you in that. So as I mentioned before, you will automatically be enrolled in medical and dental coverage for individual only on your date of hire. So as soon as you start training, that's when you'll see that election for medical and dental. And those are the only plans that you're going to be enrolled in. If you would like to elect your vision and dependents or even waive coverage, you have 31 days from your date of hire to do so. If you want to waive coverage, you'll need to provide us with proof of other coverage in order for us to allow you to actually waive coverage. If you do not make any changes within those 31 days, the next opportunity to make a change to your benefits is if you experience a life event or if you want to make the change during the annual open enrollment period. For the medical plan, this plan is administered by United Healthcare. There is an annual deductible of $150 for individual, $450 for family. The maximum out-of-pocket limit is going to be $1,500 for individual or $4,500 for family. Co-insurance is going to be 10% for any services that are subject to your deductible and co-insurance. There are no pre-existing conditions because those were done away with a long time ago. And then you can utilize the custom network, which is a group of Baylor or St. Luke's physicians that allow you to get cheaper rates to see the doctor. So you'll have a lower copay or higher co-insurance, meaning that you're paying less out of pocket to see the doctor. So here you see that you would pay $15 to see a physician for a primary care physician under the Baylor custom network. If you were utilize the United Healthcare network, it'll be a $25 copay. Prescription drug coverage is included in your medical plan. It is managed by CVS Caremark. So you'll get a card for CVS Caremark. And so there are 3 different tiers. So you have generic, preferred brand name drugs, and non-preferred brand name drugs. So do keep in mind that this is the breakdown for your prescription drugs. And then if you need to do mail order, you can do mail order as well. But do keep in mind, if you're going to utilize the mail order option, you must have it mailed to your home or you have to pick it up from a CVS pharmacy. Any other pharmacy you can utilize if you're not going to be picking up a mail order. Can't get it out. If you're not going to be picking up a mail order, you can go to Walgreens, you can go to Kroger's, you can go to H-E-B, you can go to Walmart, you can go to Costco. But you have to go to the CVS if you do utilize the mail order option. So I mentioned earlier the custom network. So the custom network is available to all of our employees to utilize. That means you have 2 separate networks. One is that custom network for Baylor, and then the second is the United Healthcare network. The custom network is only going to cover you within the Houston area. There are some providers in San Antonio, Austin, Woodlands, just surrounding the Houston area, but mainly all of the providers are going to be within the Houston area. Your United Healthcare network is what you're going to utilize if you were to go out of the Houston area and go to a different state, or depending if you need to go to visit someone in New York and you have a emergency, you can utilize the services there as well. So do keep in mind that you do have two separate networks that you can utilize. The list for the custom network is provided to you on the intranet page, and so the link is provided to you here in these slides, and you will receive these slides as well. And so you can utilize this link to identify what providers are available to you at this time. Okay. The list is changed every 15th of the month, not changed, but more so just updated. So pay attention to see if the provider has been removed or added in the event that you need to see or schedule an appointment. So we do have a employee and family care clinic that is available to our employees that you can utilize. It is at our Fannin Tower. And you can utilize this at any point in time. You would use the phone number provided to you here on the slide to schedule an appointment. If you are enrolled in our medical plan, you would receive a $0 copay for going to the EFCC. If you are not on the BCM policy, you have to pay per your plan's design. So if your plan has a $10 copay, you would pay the $10 copay, but that's because you're not on the Baylor policy. There are different services that they will provide you at the the family clinic, the employee and family clinic, but you want to make sure that that is not an emergency, is what I was trying to say earlier. If it's not an emergency, then you can utilize this clinic. If it is an emergency, please seek help either at an ER, or you can go to an urgent care center. But this particular clinic is just for acute services, preventive services, or virtual care. Nothing that needs to go above and beyond just the basics necessities. Your dental and your vision. So dental is administered by United Healthcare as well. You are automatically enrolled for individual only coverage on your date of hire. It does have in and out of network options that are available to you, and they can be utilized at any point within the network or out of the network. The network does include outside of Texas as well, because it is the national network. You can access the list of providers by going to myuhc.com and identifying a dentist in your area. There's no pre-existing conditions on here, and then the ID card will come from United Healthcare, so you can log into your United Healthcare account and download your dental card to your wallet. So you can use your Apple Wallet or your Google Wallet, and you can just have it on you at all times. Voluntary vision is administered through iMed Vision Care. It does have in and out of network options as well. It does have different tiers of providers. So there are plus providers and basic providers. So you can find that list on the iMed Vision Care website. The name of our network is Insight. So whenever you log into that account, you can always utilize the network, so you can narrow down the providers and know who is actually in our network. There's no pre-existing condition for this as well, and then the card will be given to you by iMed. Same way that you would get your card from United Healthcare, you would just download it to your wallet, or you can print out a copy of it from the account. Flexible spending accounts are available to you as well. The healthcare flexible spending account allows you to contribute pre-tax dollars to this account in order to pay for qualified medical expenses. So that's any medical, dental, or vision expenses. There is a list that's provided to you on the internet. You can use it. It is IRS publication 503 and 502. So you can use those in order to identify exactly what is available for you to use with your healthcare flexible spending account. You can put a minimum of $260 to a maximum of $3,300 into this account, and you can use it for yourself and your dependents. The Dependent Care FSA is specifically for daycare expenses for any children 12 and under, or any children that are 13 and over with a disability. The purpose of this account is to pay for those daycare expenses. So any after school care, if they have tutoring or things of that nature, that is what the Dependent Care Flexible Spending account is going to be utilized for. It is a per household per calendar year limit. So you can put $600 as a minimum, but put 5,000 as a maximum. If your spouse is eligible for the dependent care FSA, you would want to talk to them and identify whether or not you would carry the full amount or if you would just carry half of it and they would carry the other half. So that's something to discuss, because if you do contribute too much to the dependent care FSA, you can be taxed by the IRS. For the flexible spending accounts, you will get a ID card in the mail to get the debit card, and you can use it to swipe and pay for all of your expenses. You can use auto reimbursement, meaning you just go and set it up in the system because you receive a prescription every single month. It's $10. You just want to get your $10 back. So you set it up as an auto reimbursement, or you can also submit a paper claim form. It's up to you, however you want to do it, but that's how you get the dollars out of that account. Each year you must re-elect this benefit, so you have to elect it now as a new hire, and then if you want to keep it for the next calendar year, you'll need to re-elect it during the open enrollment period. All of the funds are use it or lose it, so if you do not use all the dollars in these accounts by December 31st of this calendar year, you will forfeit the dollars that are in the account unless you submit for reimbursement. And you have until March 31st of the next year in order to submit for reimbursement to get those forfeited dollars back. I always want to make sure that you allocate what you can spend for this year, so that you're not having to submit for reimbursement or go to the Walgreens and buy a bunch of Band-Aids and a bunch of alcohol and things of that nature, so that you can meet your limit or take all your dollars off of your card. Okay, life insurance and accidental death and dismemberment. Baylor provides you a life insurance policy of 1.5 times your base annual salary. So the maximum is $125,000. You do have an option to set up supplemental life insurance, which is 1 to 4 times your base annual salary with a maximum benefit of $500,000. This rate is based off of your age and it's per $1,000 of coverage. You do have an option to elect coverage for your dependents. So that would be for your spouse or domestic partner or a dependent child. Spouse or domestic partner coverage is going to be $25,000 or $50,000, and then the child coverage is going to be $10,000. Premium for your domestic partner or spouse is going to be based off of your age and is at a fixed dollar amount per month. That amount is provided to you inside of your cost and coverage guide, so if you do have questions, you can always review that. Accidental death and dismemberment is a second policy, kind of a twofold policy. It does have an accidental death benefits, meaning if you were to pass away in an accident, then that benefit would pay out, as well as the dismemberment policy. So if you were to cut off your finger, you were to cut off a limb, get into an accident, and you have to be amputated, those things do fall into the dismemberment part of the policy. So Baylor provides you a basic policy of 1 times your base annual salary up to $1 million, and then you're able to elect supplemental AD&D. Coverage is elected in $100,000 increments up to $1 million as well, and you can elect employee only or employee plus family. Employee plus family includes spouse with children or spouse without children, and that provision is broken down for you here on the slide. Beneficiary designations are going to be managed within the enrollment system. So you will go through the enrollment system, and at the end of your enrollment window, they will ask you to update your beneficiary information. So beneficiaries, your primary beneficiaries, are going to be the individuals that are reached out to at the time that you pass away. And so this is the very first contact that they will make for your primary beneficiaries. You want to make sure that you put 100% if that's the only primary beneficiary that you want to have. So that would be 1. But if you do decide to utilize, say, your siblings or your parents, you need to do 50-50, or you would need to do whole numbers. So make sure you're not using percentages. Also, the contingent beneficiaries are listed as secondary beneficiaries in the system. So this would be your children, if you have any children. If you left the primary beneficiary to your spouse or your parents, you could leave the contingent or secondary beneficiaries to your children. That means that in the event that you pass away and your primary beneficiary passes away at the same time, then your contingent beneficiaries will go into play. We do want to make sure that you keep in mind that any children under the age of 18 cannot receive the life insurance funds until they are a legal adult. So if you do have children under the age of 18 and they won't be 18 for another 10 or so years, we do suggest that you leave the dollars to a trust or leave it to someone that you know for sure is going to be able to take care of your children, like their godparents or their grandparents. When could you make changes to your benefits? So as I mentioned, you can make changes now during your initial enrollment period and during the annual open enrollment period. However, throughout the year, we do understand that things happen, changes occur, everything is not set in stone. So if you do experience a qualifying life event, then you have time to make changes to your benefits. It is a shorter period of time, so do keep that in mind that you have to move pretty quickly in order to be able to make these changes. So you have 31 days, and there are a few events that will allow you 60 days to make changes. So these events are going to be like a birth of a child, marriage, divorce, termination or commencement of employment for any of your dependents. You may have started FMLA and you need to term your benefits for a little while. That's considered a life event. Or if your dependent children gain or lose coverage through CHIPS or Medicaid. So that's something also you can do. So if you do experience a life event or think that you experienced a life event, let us know as soon as possible so that we can assist you with making changes to your benefits. Some other core benefits that are available to you are short-term disability. This is a group policy, so you're automatically enrolled, and Baylor pays the benefits for you. So you are given a specific uh, earnings at the time that you go out for your leave. So in the event that you go out on a leave, you have to be out for 30 or more consecutive days due to an illness or an injury, and you have to use your sick vacation time first before we can establish a short-term disability claim. Once you get to that point, you are able to file a claim with Unum, who is the provider, in order to utilize this benefit. It is 60% of your weekly earnings with a maximum of $750 per week. It is taxable and it's up to 20 weeks. We want to make sure that you are reaching out to your program coordinator if you have questions about a leave of absence, or if you're going to go out on a leave of absence, you are going to start with your program coordinator first and then work with the leave of absence team here in HR to move forward. Long-term disability is a benefit that's provided to you as well by the college. If you have a long-term disability benefit, it is taxable. It's 60% of your base salary. And then you have to be away from work for more than 180 days due to an illness or injury in order for you to submit a claim. And then once you submit that claim, then you'll start to receive those dollars. This is something that you would work with the HR benefits team to complete. So once you get to that point, we'll continue to work with you. We'll work with you throughout the entire process from the time that you go out on leave until the end of that leave process. So just reach out to us if you have any questions. Voluntary group legal plan. We have a plan through Legal Ease. It's a network of attorneys that you can utilize in order to have legal services, like for traffic tickets or for the wheels or trust or some of those things you can utilize it for. You can find information about this particular program on the address provided to you here on the screen. You can sign up for it and cancel it at any time during the year by utilizing the life event via the enrollment platform. So do keep that in mind. That is how you enroll in it, and benefits will begin as of the first of the month. We do have an Optum emotional well-being solution. So this is going to be our employee assistance program, EAP. So you can reach out to the EWS program. You can reach out to them at any time throughout the year. You are eligible for 3 free sessions with a licensed clinician, and they can give you basically any resources that you need. If you need to find a provider, they will recommend a provider for you to utilize. You can call them as many times as you would like for different, I'm trying to see what I'm trying to say. You can call them at any time for just different issues. So if you have an issue about money one day, you can get 3 sessions for that. If you have an issue about work, the next day you get 3 sessions for that. So you can get sessions for any of the concerns that you have every time you call them. Work-life benefits, Bright Horizon, we have a backup care plan that's available to you as an employee in the event that you're having to go to work, but your child has to stay at home because the school is closed. Hurricane season, we have that a lot here in Houston. So schools are closed, but we work at a hospital, so we're still open. So you can get up to 20 days of care per dependent per academic calendar year. It is a discounted amount, so you're not going to pay the full amount, but you will pay a partial amount for this particular service, and you're going to sign up for it utilizing the information provided to you here on the screen. It is a one-time registration, but you want to make sure that you do so prior to needing the services because you don't want to wait to the last minute because it does take time to establish an account. They do have Care Direct services as well, and that's for non-emergency situations. And those are everyday care needs for you to utilize and pet care usage as well. Same thing, it's a one-time registration, but you just want to make sure that you sign up as soon as possible. There are perks and discounts that are available to you. You can identify these utilizing the BCM InTouch platform. There are several perks available to you, and you can use them as of your date of hire. Leave of the absence. So leave of absence, as I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure that you work with your program coordinator and the leave of absence team in order to make sure that you start a formal leave of absence process. So with this leave, it does include FMLA, medical leave, personal leave, and military leave. At this time, Baylor does not offer a parental leave, so that includes maternity and paternity leaves. Um, Time available you have are sick days, vacation days, and your PTO days. You can use your short-term disability and your long-term disability after you've been out for 30 days. So 30 days for short-term disability, 180 days for the long-term disability. If you have questions about leaves, like I said, may want to work with your program coordinator, or you want to reach out to the leave of absence team, and their contact information is provided to you here as well. We do have a policy regarding duplicate coverage. So all of our BCM employees that are eligible for coverage through the college, if you are married to or in a domestic relationship with someone, or you have a dependent child here at Baylor that is eligible for coverage as well, you may not cover one another as a dependent on each other's policy. So that means that if your spouse currently works at Baylor and you're on their policy now, you must remove yourself from their policy and then elect your own coverage because you're automatically enrolled as of day one. So you want to let us know that in the beginning of your assignment so that we can go ahead and get that situated and you removed from their policy so that they're not paying for double coverage. Also, you want to make sure that if this is occurring or if you are going to term, you can be moved back to their policy. If this does occur and we're not notified within the 31 days of your hire date, we will remove you once we identify that you have double coverage, and we will not provide you with a premium refund. So it's always best to make sure that you update duplicate coverage right away so you don't lose out on any money. So a few things to remember before you enroll. You're going to be automatically enrolled in medical and dental coverage, individual only. You will want to make sure that you complete your enrollment for your dependents and for vision or waiving coverage or whatever you want to do within the system within those 31 days. Enrollment will be completed using the My Baylor Benefits WEX platform, and dependent documentation is needed. So make sure you have legible copies of your marriage certificate, your birth certificates, and any other documents that need to be uploaded to the system so you can complete your enrollment. Once you've completed your enrollment, you will get a confirmation statement. Make sure you print that confirmation statement out so that you have a copy of what it is that you elected in the event that you never know, the computer crashes 5 seconds after you hit submit. So just make sure you have a copy of your confirmation statement. So in the event that you need to show proof of what you elected, you have that document. So this is your Success Factors welcome page. So you will see this welcome page when you log in. You'll see here, this is the link for you to utilize in order to access My Baylor Benefits WEX. You can update your direct deposit and update your emergency contact information using this particular site. The new hire enrollment process is that you will use is going to be, you're going to log on to Success Factors, utilize the My Baylor Benefits WEX tile. You're going to select the new hire enrollment banner at the top of your homepage. You're going to make your elections, add your dependents, save, print your confirmation. Make sure you do that within 31 days. That's it. Okay, so you have all the things that you need. And if you need assistance or have questions, you can always reach out to our team at ask-resident-care at BCM, and you can always reach out to us. If you have questions about retirement, that's ask-retirement at bcm.edu as well. Everyone had a copy of this electronic consent form. We do ask that you complete this electronic consent form, allowing us to send you updates electronically. If not, then we'll have to send the paper documents to your home address that we have on file. So you want to make sure that you keep that home address updated in the system. Okay, so contact information. You can reach out to me, Celeste. My phone number and my email address is available to you here. Our resident information is available here as far as our email address and retirement. We are available from 7:30 to 4:30 in the evening. And if you have questions, you can always reach out to us and let us know. For wellness, once again, Jesse mentioned it is wellness at bcm.edu if you have any questions about their program as well. So thank you guys for attending and watching this all the way through. If you have questions, just let us know. Other than that, welcome to Baylor.